What is up, everybody? Today we're doing something crazy. We're making a video about a different game than Marvel Strike Force. I know if you're watching this channel, if you're subscribed to this channel, you're very used to Marvel Strike Force videos. Well, today I'm going to be introducing a different game, Eternal Evolution. Now, this is not a sponsored video. Nobody is paying me to talk about this game. I've simply been playing it for a month and I'm hooked. I wake up in the morning and I want to play the game because I feel like I'm getting crazy progression into my roster. And I'm able to push the PvE content, which is the big draw for me in this game, further and further and further. So in this video, because this is a new game and there's so much to cover, and I will be covering this video on this channel because I'm enjoying it, and making videos over stuff you enjoy is fun. But in this video, because there's so much to do, I'm simply going to show gameplay both of campaign-esque fights and also boss fights. Talk about some of the ways the game tries to steer you, some cool things you can do to push your roster to the limit, and then in future videos we'll talk about progression. We'll talk about different aspects of fighting, like prototypes and commanders. We'll talk about how to recruit heroes and stuff like that. That's going to be a big video because obviously I would call this game a hero collector idle strategy game. That's a big mouthful. But first and foremost, it's a hero collector. You get your heroes, you boost them up, you power them up. There's progression there. Idle. Yes, the combat is technically idle, but there's aspects of it where you can take control to push your roster further. And strategy. There is 100% strategy in how you tackle bosses, how you make your teams, how you tackle enemies in arenas and stuff like that. So that's going to be, it's a whole thing of covering a bunch of different aspects of this game. So first things first, I want to show the gameplay. Let's get in there and let's do that. So here we are at what you would consider the title screen. When you open the game, this is the first thing you see. Yes, there's pop-up in this game. It's a mobile game. There's always going to be pop-ups. What I like about this game is it's not like a cash pop-up. This is to show you, like, this is the character who's featured in the limited banner right now. And we're not going to focus too much on this, but it's just kind of, it's what you first see. This is a pop-up showing you that there's a current event going on, and you can go ahead and get to that event if you're competing in it. If you're playing right now, you're not actually going to be able to compete in this arena event, I don't think. But what I want to show you guys is the combat. So let's go over here to the perimeter, and we're going to go to the soul mine. This is one campaign version. There's a bunch of different ones. So this is considered a campaign. There's the mega campaign, which is just what you're going to start with. The game will start you off there. And there's an elite campaign where you can farm shards for characters. Similar, if you play Marvel Strike Force, similar to our OG campaign, though it's much less weighted, if that makes any sense. In this one, the soul mine, you can use every single character, so it doesn't matter their race. In the 3 different versions here, the Terran, I can only use characters that are of that race. Then tomorrow, I can only use characters of the Atlas race. The day after that, I can only use characters of the Wenfear race. Make sense? Cool. We're going to go into the soul mine here. Now, I've recorded this video a bunch of times, and it always got too long because I got too hyped into the game, and I had to start cutting things down. So I'm actually at a level I don't think I could beat yet, which is unfortunate. But let's go in there, and I want to show you the difference between playing fully on auto, playing not fully on auto, and some cool things I like in the battle system. So you can see my team is on the left, the enemy team is on the right. This is a 400,000 punch-up, so this is a 1.1 million team into a 1.5 million team. This is Soul Mine 299. I want to brace you for it. Okay, look, if I beat this node, there's a good chance there's going to be a pop-up offer. That does not happen after every single floor. That happens after increments of 10. And it's like a limited time offer, save, whatever. If you're a spender, this might be something you're into. If you're not a spender, don't be worried. You're not going to be flooded with pop-ups all the time. If I win. I lost this floor earlier. Let's get in there and let's challenge. So as an idle game, it does start by them just running at each other. And if you look at the bottom right, you'll see all my characters and you'll see a yellow moving bar. That is their energy bar. And once it reaches full, they're going to go ahead and use their ultimates. So right now I have it on idle. They're using their ultimates willy-nilly. Let me make sure that's true for all characters. It's not. My Emma is the last character there, the last character glowing yellow. She is turned off auto. So what that means is when her ultimate is available, I have to manually do it. But there is a benefit to manually doing it. So now I get to choose who I want to target, right? So what I want to do actually is I'm going to free up my tank. Well, no, you know what? Because that enemy tank right now is using a barrier ability. He's going to take less damage. So I'll attack this tank from behind. There are 2 tanks. So there's a cursor wheel, and you can kind of choose who you're going to attack, whoever's in your range, right? And using this on multiple characters can help you push your roster further. And while I have the game paused doing this, I also want to draw attention to the top left screen there, where you can see a damage meter, but it's more than just a damage meter. I can't hover right now. It shows the damage my characters are doing, but I can also tab over, so it shows me how characters are tanking, how characters are healing, so I know which characters are performing better than others, and I can make adjustments into my who I'm investing in that way. Anyway, let's let this ultimate fly. Emma hits so hard. You're going to see she's going to jump up huge in the damage meter right now. That right there was 1,000,000 damage straight up. Took out that tank, no problem. One thing, I think I could actually beat this node if I control how my tank is currently using her ultimate. Because right there, she kind of whiffed it. She kind of wasted it. Oh, my Emma can hit the healer this time. This is going to be great. So their healer is now gone, which is going to put me in good position to win this better. It's now 4v2. Tony the Tiger, that's what I've been calling him. He's a beast of a character. So the enemy Tony last time soloed my Tony. But my Emma will go ahead and pop off. All right, we beat floor 99. Again, I warned you, there's going to be a pop-up. But what I found is if I'm not pushing the campaigns every single day, after about 5 to 10 days, if I just go in, I can let it autoplay itself with this tap to auto challenge at the bottom right here. Oops, I hit next. Rip. I guess I didn't get a pop-up either. I guess after beating floor 100, I'll get one. If I do that, then I can just let it play out. If I don't have the time, it'll autoplay, and I'll push. After 5 to 10 days of not challenging it, I'll push 10, 20 floors, and I'll get a huge influx of resources. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and let's challenge this one. And then we'll go ahead and we'll challenge the a boss after this. Well, we're getting wrecked so far. So that bear tank repositioned our tank, and now my warrior Genji guy is getting just ripped apart, and she just got repositioned again. Oh no, oh no. I'm gonna hold off on using her ult. I can't, I already activated it. Oh, I'm stuck hitting him while he has his shield up. This is gonna be bad. Oh, okay, at least Emma's kind of a beast. She took that tank out, but my healer is now in a poor position. Oh no. Strategically, my team was not super well positioned here. And I'm getting shoot up by AoE, and my Emma's dead, and now we're dead. All right, so let's change. I'm gonna get too into it. We're just gonna let it lose, and we're gonna look at a boss fight, because I will strategize a way to beat that, because I'm close enough where I can get it done, and then I'll be on a completely different soul mind level. That's great. That's really exciting stuff. That's the kind of progression that I get pumped for. But let's go look at a boss fight. So there's, I don't know, like 6 or 7? No, there's like 10 different bosses you can fight daily, and you can fight each of them daily. They give you charges for it, and I've already done it today because, again, I've recorded this video a bunch of times and it always runs too long. But these are 3 bosses. They each give you different progression rewards, but you can do each of them free 3 times a day, and then you can buy extra charges. Then there's this guy down here, this turtle boss. He also gives you different progression stuff. He unlocks later, so you can see I only have him at level 3. The other ones I have close to beating at level 15. And then if we go over to the guild tab, you'll see there's a mode called Guild Hunt. I believe there's 4 different bosses in there that you and your guild tackle together. And I thought that was really cool as well. But today, I just want to show one boss in particular. I'm going to show Terra Dome Dessa Caves. The reason I want to show these is because I'm able to do a difficulty higher than what my roster should be allowed. Let's do the Terra Dome. So first I got to buy one because I've already done the 3 free ones for the day. And what I'll say is I have 12,000 crystals. If you've watched me stream this the last 2 days, you'll see this game rains crystals on you. This would be your premium currency. A lot of games are cheap on this. I don't know if it's because this game is still in its infancy, so they really want to attract players, or if this is how the game is always going to be. But they rain crystals on you. You get crystals from so many different sources, events, simply from Krakens playing the game and progressing super far into the PvE. They reward you just for being on their server, which is really cool. It makes you less mad when those Krakens smack you down in PvE. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and buy one of these, and then we'll go here, and I'm going to do the easier difficulty because I'm too weak to do the higher difficulty yet. So this boss, I should show you the strategy. If you want to know what this boss does and how to tackle it, the strategy button in the top left corner will tell you what this boss is all about. So it says, damage caused by units outside the circle will be greatly reduced. Make sure to use melee heroes in this battle. The problem with my roster right now is I don't have good melee characters. I simply don't. My Emma is ranged. My Tony the Tiger is ranged. I have another a ranged character. He's like Cable kind of, and he's ranged too. So all my characters, they stand outside that blue circle, and I don't get any work done, which is not what you want. You want to be in the circle because it does very little damage to him. But I'm able to get around this by using Tony the Tiger, because his ultimate repositions him, and then he pops off, I think, like extra crit and a big arrow or something like that. So my melee characters run in, and you'll see right away, the damage they're putting out is very small. So my ninja guy, I'm going to be calling him Genji. He gives me Overwatch vibes. He's doing the best. He's probably one of my biggest built characters. But then Tony the Tiger, he gets his ultimate, and I take him off auto. Otherwise, he's going to pole vault backwards. If I take him off auto, I can control where he goes, and I'll make him vault into the circle. Now watch what the damage meter does now. He's already at 300k. He's been in there for 1 second. He threw one attack. He's now taking the lead after being in there for so little time. And he's my main damage source on this boss. He's a ranged character, but by controlling him, I can kind of cheese the boss fight. So these are the kind of strategies that I really like, that I've seen different aspects in this game. The other boss is like a hermit crab, and you got to hit him a certain amount of times. Now it says bring in characters that do single target multiple attacks, which fair enough, that is a great strategy. But there's also summoners. If I bring summoners in and they summon multiple things, then those summons are each taking their own hits as well. I also made Tony the Tiger here pole vault closer to the bombs. This is another phase of the boss where you got to kill the bombs before they explode, or you're in trouble. It makes sense, right? But there's other bosses where there's other cheese methods where you can kind of push further than what your limited roster would allow. But anyway, guys, that is some gameplay from Eternal Evolutions. I will be covering this game. In the next video, I'm probably going to be covering progression paths. Oh, Tony the Tiger's about to get yeeted. If he gets hit by that attack, he just dies. So because, again, I can reposition him, I can make him jump out of harm's way, and now we're going to kill this boss, no problem. I will be covering this game further. In the next video, you can look forward to me talking about progression paths, gear, talent tree, skins, all that kind of stuff. I look forward to doing that. I look forward to covering this game. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about the gameplay so far. I know an idle game is way different than Marvel Strike Force, but the strategy part is absolutely still the same. There's lots of strategy that goes in to which characters you're using, what kind of builds you're doing. We haven't even talked about prototypes and commanders yet, and those are two big strategical things. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes into this game, but let me know in the comment section below what you think so far with this limited view. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope you enjoyed the video.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.